maybe do away with last year once and for all, because a lot of people ask about that class. That was a really good class, boys and girls. Just to give you a rundown, C.J. Jones playing baseball at Sneed. Edgar Padilla is playing football at Huntington. Brittany Tidmore's playing basketball at college in Atlanta, Oglethorpe. Deshaun Moore's playing at Gaston State. Davey Posey could have played at Gaston State. David Hernandez played soccer in, what was the name of that? Carl Sandburg in up in Chicago. So it was a really good class academically and athletically. So that's a lot to lose. We lost 5 starters. But the bright side of that is, to me, it's one of those classes that was really deep. So the guys we got coming behind them were behind them just because it was so deep. You know, it's the first time I've ever graduated 5 starters. But the guys we got coming back, I think, can do it. They just had so many good players ahead of them, they never got a lot of chances to do it at the varsity level yet.
It's just kind of fun for you as a coach. You have kind of a blank slate, kind of shape and mold, and, you know, it's just kind of just different change.
I think maybe it'll be fun when the season starts. It wasn't a lot of fun at the beginning of the summer because you know, people are kind of looking at each other, you know, waiting on somebody to do it that's been doing it. And I think as the summer went on, I think we started kind of doing it. And so, yeah, it could be a lot of fun going in.
Basketball skill-wise, what is this group good at right now? Where are they struggling right now?
Well, you know, at this particular point, they're playing football. So all but 2 of them I haven't seen since the summer. But, you know, in the summer, you know, I think we've got 2 or 3 guys that shoot the ball really well. I think Jeffrey, as far as pure point guard skill set, he's probably as good a point guard as we've had in a while. I mean, he can really handle the ball, run a pick and roll, we can shoot the ball. So I think we've got the pieces. We just got to kind of find a way to mesh. And the biggest thing I think is we're going to have to learn to play hard the entire game, because that's one thing that last year's group did very well. The whole time, every sport they played hard the entire game.
A lot of small schools face the challenge each year that you're going to face in about a month in that, you know, there's no preseason. You know, you get your football players back, and depending on how they go in the playoffs, you may get them back on Monday. You got to play your first game on Thursday. Just talk about that challenge and how you deal with that every year and how you overcome that.
Well, I think the biggest fear of that is injuries. Just, you know, for anybody, you don't want anybody to get hurt and miss time. You know, that would make it tough starting out. But the big thing is that winning breeds winning. So if they're going deep in the playoffs, they're winning. And they're following a game plan and they're playing together. So they come in expecting to win in basketball. You just have to, I think last year, or maybe it was year before last when we went to the 3rd round, we got put out on Friday night. I asked them if they wanted to play in a tournament that next week. I sent out one text to one of those guys. They came in on Sunday night. We played on Wednesday. You know, so, and we may do that this time. We may play quick. Sometimes it's better than practicing, you know, just to go in and play. Try to take it easy on them for a week or 2 and use Christmas to really kind of, you know, get after it really hard.
Shaq, talk about that as a player. Talk about that transition from football to basketball. You know, obviously you've been focusing on football since August 1. You know, how tough is that transition going from football back to basketball?
I mean, like, it's tough because when you go in from football to basketball, it's like a lot more running, because football, you get a play, then get a play off. Basketball is constant run back, and you know, just the running part.
How long does it take you to get conditioned from, you know, obviously you're in condition now, but, you know, everybody you talk to will tell you football conditioning, basketball conditioning are different, just because what you said, because of the up and down the court. How long does it take you personally to get in basketball shape?
Think about a good month to get used to it back in.
Okay. It's just a matter of surviving until that first month, just get out there and scrap and survive.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, what about, do you feel like, I'm going to throw the same question at you out there at the 2 young ladies, with so many people gone from last year, you know, a new group on the court, you guys like you have something to prove this winter?
Yes, sir, because everybody's underestimating us, thinking we ain't no good. And, you know, we ain't going to be no good, we ain't going to win no games, but we are.
How long do you think it'll take this group to gel and come together? I mean, do you feel pretty good about it now, or is it going to take a month, 2 months, 2 weeks? How long do you think?
I think it'll take about 3 or 4 games for us to get all together and, you know, get that chemistry.
Coach, is your starting 5 set, barring injury, or are you still
It's not set.
not even close?
Not even close.
And how much youth is going to play a factor in this team?
Youth,
Yes.
well, we're gonna have 4 seniors, and all of them but Jeffrey play football, and I think they're gonna provide a lot of leadership, and a lot of them are post players. We're gonna be bigger than we've been since I've been at college. I mean, we've got some really big kids, and the rest of them are juniors, except we'll have 1 8th grader that will play up. So it won't be a young team in terms of grade. It'll just be a young team in terms of experience.
How about the fan base? How is the Collinsville fan base when it comes to basketball? Are they,
It's really consistent. Yeah, they're gonna be there, and they support us when we go on the road good. They support us well when we go to Jacksonville. It's a really good fan base.
Do you have any player that's looking to kind of merge to that next level this year?
We got a cast of people that are definitely in that role. I think Jeffrey's in that role. He's done some really good things on some lower teams that I think he can do on the varsity level. I see Kevin McElrath could be one who's kind of found himself in football this year. He's a really big guy, 6'2", 320, something like that, and he can fly. So if he could turn that into some production on the basketball court, I think he could kind of find a way to be, a force in there. And then the junior class is really good. Tanner and Brady, Dexter and Jalen. There's a nucleus of 4 juniors there, and they've had success in junior high all the way up. They've won at every level that they've been. So, I think they're going to have to find a role, but there's several players out there that could, get into that big role.
And you talk about how deep you are at the post, confident as far as the guard play goes.
Yeah, I think our guards are going to be good. We're just not as deep at the guard right now. We don't have a 4 guards, and we've been playing 5 guards at one time, so we're not as deep at the guard. They're going to have to play more minutes. We may even use a couple of freshmen later in the year. We've got a really good freshman class, and when they get done, we may pull a couple up just to provide us some depth.
So almost same with the girls. Would that be in the layout of your team this year? Same system, completely different system?
No, it's a completely different system. I mean, we'll keep some of the same basic concepts. We run a lot of motion, but when we do it this year, we'll do it in a 4-out look. We will never be 5-out. And I really have enjoyed playing 5-out motion because it opens up the floor. It's difficult to guard. But yeah, we'll have to do some different things to make use of those posts that we haven't really done. We did a lot of it this summer and really didn't look very good at it. So that's something we're going to have to continue to get better at because those 2 posts kind of crowd that lane up, and we've been used to it being open. But we'll do some mixture of both of them.
And for Mr. Dupree here, speaking to a good friend of mine, you may know him as Mr. Barnett earlier, and the word was you're quite the dancer. Can you comment on that?
Oh man, yeah, I can do a little something. I can dance.
Would you like to
In
show?
response, Coach, you second that?
Oh, he can go. Yeah.
Would you like to show us?
Yeah, go ahead.
He's gonna go shy.
I mean, if we got some music, I do it. Got a little music, I do it.
I got a microphone and Pandora right here.
Thank you.
I'll beatbox.
All right, bring it on. I'll do a little something.
We'll close it out with that then. If he's gonna dance, we'll leave it at that.
What do you want? We're still in this?
What are you
Still in this?
That'll
That
work.
good?
You got it? I'm sure we got a microphone. Sit in front of the table.
Hey,
We're gonna get out of the picture. Push your Jackson.
I'm in my zone, I'm feeling it. Stop blowing my buzz, quit killing it. So buy another round and try to shut us down by an hour ago.